Ahoy mateys, this is BrickBeard, and today, as you might have heard in the last video, I'm gonna do a review of a set that was never on my wish list, but I received it as a present, and I'm very curious to see what this set has to offer. I'm talking about the Queer Eye Fab 5 Loft. So let's get in depth with this one and see what's in this box. We are done. The model is completely built. If you want to see how it is built, click here to see the speed build video of this one. And I can already tell you this is a very interesting build. There is a lot of little details and stuff going on in this. But first of all, let's talk a bit about the show and the set itself. So Queer Eye is a show on Netflix that is a follow-up of the show Queer Eye for the Straight Guy that was on television years ago apparently, and I've never really watched the show whatsoever. I know my girlfriend did and she really likes the show, but I can't tell you anything about this, so that makes it a bit difficult to tell you about everything that is going on. Luckily, we get an instruction manual with a lot of information about this set. It's a very colorful and funky looking instruction manual with a lot of high quality information and pictures in there. So apparently what the show is about 5 guys that transform people, like their style and their food and even their house, I think. And they're all like design specialists or food specialists or stuff like that. So of course you can expect a set to go along with that is very stylish and modern looking, and I think that is absolutely what we see in front of us here. Next to that, in the instruction manual, we get some information not only about the characters in the show or the people in the show, because it's a real life show, not like a scripted show in that sense. And we also get some information on the designers of this set. So a very elaborate instruction manual that we get with it. High quality, looks super nice and flashy. Really cool. I especially like on the front the flippable front that actually shows the 5 characters with their Lego counterparts under it. Really nice design on that regard. So with that out of the way, let's talk a bit about the set itself. So this is set 1291, Queer Eye, the Fab 5 Loft it's called, and it comes with 974 pieces. It retails for $100, 100 euros, which comes down to 10 cents per piece. It's designed by Diego Sancho, and he mainly worked on Dots, Brickheads, Friends, some DC Girls sets and some Disney sets. And there's an honorable mention to Matthew Ashton, I think it's the vice president of the Lego company at the moment, who made this collaboration possible. But before going any further into the review of the set, let's take a good look at the minifigures. We get 5 stars of the show, of course, and we also get 2 minifigures that represent one of the persons undergoing the transformation. So 2 minifigures for the same character. Let's really take a good look at the minifigures first. The first minifigure we get in this set is called Caramo Brown, and he is the culture expert in this set. Unfortunately, he comes with a normal size black leg piece, but his torso print looks really cool. He is wearing a pink vest with a white shirt under it and some pockets on the side, and the print of it with the dark blue continues in the back. He's wearing a dark blue baseball cap, and his face is only printed on one side, and the face print resembles the real life character very much. It's a very good rendition of his face with a black trimmed beard, a smile, but no face print on the back of this set, which is probably explained because he is only wearing a baseball cap and it would show on the other side. The second minifigure is Jonathan van Ness, and he is the grooming expert in the show. He has a very flashy leg piece which is dual molded with black boots under it, and even some little heel print on the feet. The rest of the leg piece is in this glittery silver with some darker silver stripes and a belt around his waist. The torso piece is just black with sleeveless skin colored arms, but no print on it whatsoever. And then we get to the face print, which again looks very much like the real character, with a very nice groomed mustache, curling up, a brown trimmed beard, and a double face print. On one side he has a normal smile, and on the other side he has a very happy open-mouthed smile. And to top it off, a headpiece with a very long flowing brown hair, which looks really nice. The next minifigure we get is called Tan France, and he is the fashion expert. And his entire outfit is in this olive green color, with a normal sized leg piece in this olive green, and a torso with an olive green jacket with a black and white dotted shirt under it, which has a very detailed print. And it continues in the back where you see the print of the jacket again. Then we come to the face print, which again looks very much like the person in the show. He has a silvery trimmed beard and a double-sided print. On one side he has a very neutral expression, and on the other side he has a small smile. And this face print is very detailed. There's a lot of little small elements that you can see, as in some very small wrinkles next to the eyes and some details in the eyebrows, for instance. But one of the best things about this minifigure is actually the hairpiece, which is a unique hairpiece with a very highly brushed lock of hair on top of his head in this silvery color, and it's an absolutely beautiful hairpiece that this minifigure is wearing. And it's really noticeable that they made a lot of effort making these minifigures resemble the real people very much. The next minifigure is Antoni Porowski, and he is the food and wine expert. He also has a normal sized leg piece with a lot of printing on it. It's also dual molded. He has some white boots with some blue lines on it, and he's wearing shorts and another belt that is printed around the leg piece. The torso print also dual molded with some short sleeves on his arms, with a white shirt with a print on it and a little scarf that he's wearing, which also returns on the back of the minifigure. And this minifigure also has a double-sided face print. And actually this one resembles the real person the least from all the characters, I think. It's still recognizable, but it's a bit bland. There's just some very small details in some stubbles for a beard. And on one side he has a big smile, and on the other side just a pretty neutral expression, but with one of his eyebrows raised and some little wrinkles on his forehead. And then the hairpiece, it's this flowing hair with a little lock going down on his face in the dark brown color. And the last of the 5 main cast members is Berk, and he is the design expert. He has a leg piece in this brown orangey color, but without any printing on it, but a very elaborate print on his torso, which is also dual molded with some short sleeves on his arms, and a shirt with a grey and beige pattern on it, which also continues in the back and on the upper arms of this minifigure. The face of this minifigure is printed on both sides, again very close to how the real person looks, with a beard in 2 colors and a smirk on one face, and on the other side the same beard and facial hair, but with a huge smile. And it's topped off with a hairpiece with some spikes in the same color as the beard is printed. And the last 2 minifigures we get in the set actually represent the same person, called Cathy Dooley. The first one we'll take a look at is this before minifigure. So this is before her transformation. She is wearing a normal black leg piece, and she has a blue patterned print for her torso with a big necklace on top of it. And it's a very elaborate print with a lot of detail on it, which also continues in the back of the torso print. Then the face is printed on both sides, and on the one side she has a small smile and is wearing glasses, and you can see some wrinkles around the face. And on the other side she is wearing different glasses in the darker brown color with also a bigger smile on her face. And this version of her has a mullet in the darker orange, slightly brown color, and this is a really unique piece, which is very cool that they included this. And then the last minifigure is the second version of Cathy Dooley. The leg piece is exactly the same, but she has a very different torso print in the beige with a jacket and a white shirt under it. The print of this continues into the back a bit. We have the same face print that we got for the last minifigure, so both the front and the back of the face are exactly the same, but the hairpiece is very different, with the same color hair but in a bit of a mid-length flowing style. And it's a really unique concept that they have 2 of the same characters in different versions. So as you can see, these minifigures are very high quality, and the design of them, the details that we have going on, are super nice. We can take that even one level further, because the set comes with some changeable outfits. So we get some extra torsos here, for instance. We have in the back of the set, we have some extra leg pieces, we have some extra hair pieces, and some accessories throughout the entire set. So you can really change up all the minifigures the way you want. We even see some of the different designs on the box art and on the instruction manual. And I think it's really nice that they incorporated this in a set like this that is really about design and fashion, that you get some different outfits. Really good move on that part. But of course I'm rating the figures as they come in the instruction manual, so that's how we saw them before. Very high quality figures, and I think that is one of the best things this set has to offer actually, and the figures I'm going to rate that an 8 out of 10. Then for the building experience. The building experience, as you can see, this is pretty square and straightforward. So it's only a vignette, we only get like an outside wall with the interior of the house. But the building experience compared to, for instance, the Friends apartments or the coffee shop Central Berk, this was a very straightforward build. The Friends sets, for instance, have a lot of like angles in the base plate and in the way they are building things up. This is very square in that regard. There is no strange angles going on, which makes the building experience actually very straightforward. Of course, there are some details that we get in the kitchen here, for instance, but most of all, this is just a wall that we're building up. So the building experience is not that exciting actually. I think the result looks nice, and there are some moments in the building experience where you in the building where you really get a sense of, oh, this is cool. There's a little thing we will touch on later in the playability that is really nice if you do it. But other than that, the building experience is pretty straightforward. The result is nice, but I can't give the building experience a huge score because it's just very straightforward, and for an 18+ set like this, I would have expected a bit more. So I'm rating that a 6 out of 10. Then for playability, so we have a couple of things going on. We have, like we see with most of these apartments, vignette buildings, we have this carpet with a bench that we can take out. So it's easier to play. Fun little thing, this is the same size as the carpet plate that we got in Central Berk, and you can actually place it in here. It looks a bit out of place, but it fits. Then we have on this side a little rotatable chair in front of the mirror, and the main play feature is actually in this little room here, where you can put a minifigure in on one side and on the other side, and when you turn the little wheel on the back, the minifigure will have changed to the other one. So that really shows nicely the transformation process that this set is so much about. Very cool little detail. Then we have some drawers and little elements in the kitchen, for instance. So in the refrigerator we get some detailed little elements with stickers, unfortunately, but it's even filled. We have some other drawers here, but that's kind of it for playability. There's not a huge amount going on, and the main feature is actually this turning room. Really nice, but it's a bit basic, I think. It's just one twist of the wheel. The result is nice, but for playability I'm not too convinced about this set. Again, this is mostly a display piece, so it's not really about the playability. One of the only things that I can still mention about the playability is, again, the changeable torso, so you can change the minifigures up. That also gives a lot of playability to the set. But overall, I'm not too crazy about the playability of this set, so I'm gonna rate that another 6 out of 10. Display value. This is absolutely where a set like this should shine. And there are some really beautifully designed elements in this set. I love the kitchen area in the back here with the printed elements and even some sticker elements. Looks really nice. But the rest of the build again is a bit underwhelming, if you ask me. There's a lot of the same colors. We see a lot of gray, which makes it look very modern and stylish, but not that exciting. We of course get the white masonry brick that is unique to this set so far, but I'm guessing that we will see this brick later on in some other sets, which looks super nice, and the white wall actually breaks it up nicely. And on this side of the build, we have some dark gray and brown patterned walls, which to me look a bit out of place. Again, I don't really know how it looks in the show itself, so it might be that it's a very accurate representation. That being said, I think the display value, it looks really nice, really stylish, really slick, but it's not really exciting to look at. Apart from the kitchen area, I think the set just looks a bit bland, and of course that they were working with a source material on which this set was based, so I'm sure that this is a very accurate representation. I just think as a Lego set this is a bit underwhelming. It still looks really beautiful, really nice, but I can't give it more than a 7 out of 10. Again, I'm going to compare it with the Friends apartments and the Central Perk, for instance. Those sets had vivid colors and a lot of little details going on, and I think those look more exciting than this set. Then for the parts, this is actually a really good side of this set, because there is so many unique parts going on. As I said, the white masonry brick is unique to the set so far. We get a lot of the grey masonry brick, and we also get a lot of unique minifigures. We even get a small Perk, the dog, Dooley I think he's called, with this set, which is unique. Torsos that are unique, that are not even mainly what the minifigures are wearing. Some printed elements that we haven't seen before, and overall the bricks that we get in the set, there is a lot of unique stuff in here, and I think you can absolutely use it in bigger amounts to recreate, to create something else with this, especially with all the masonry bricks going on. So in parts, I think this is a super nice set to get. It's a bit under 1000 parts, so also quite a lot of pieces that we get. So in parts, it's a really nice set to get. I'm going to rate that at 8 out of 10. Then we're coming to the value for money. Where I live, it was actually more expensive than what you would pay on average at the European market. So it's $100, 100 euros, but in certain areas this is even 110, which makes the price per piece ratio drop again. Even with the normal price per piece ratio, we're a bit over 10 cents per piece. Take that to 110 and you already go to 11 or even 12 cents per piece, and that is pretty expensive. I get you're also paying for the for the name, also for the bigger amount of minifigures that you get with the set that are absolutely great, but it's still, I don't think this is a set that should go for this amount of money. Especially, again, compare it to the Central Perk, for instance, which went for 60 euros, which had a bit under the amount of these pieces. It's just incomparable to me. So I really don't get how they why they put this for $100, 100 euros. I think 80 would have been a very reasonable price for this. So I'm gonna give the value for money only a 6 out of 10. I think they could have absolutely done better with this set. So that means that we come down to an overall rating, which is a 7 out of 10. That is a good rating for a set like this. I didn't know what to expect from this set, but I was absolutely pleasantly surprised with some aspects. So the minifigures are absolutely great. The parts that we're getting are absolutely great. The display value is very nice and very slick and modern, and it's a very unique set in that regard. The box and the instruction manual are super nice, but there are just a bit too many elements in the rating here that I was not fully convinced of. I'm mainly talking about the building experience, which was a bit boring, the playability, which is a bit of a letdown, and the value for money. It's just an expensive set. Luckily, I got this set for my birthday from a group of friends. Thank you guys so much for that. And for the people that missed it, I did a live build where I actually found out more about the set. There was a big surprise in there. You can watch that up here. A very fun little video, and where you can see me getting pranked actually. So that's it for today. What do you guys think of this set? Is this a set you are thinking about getting? Is it something you already have or have some experience with? Or even what do you think of this show? Because I'm really not that familiar with it. And do you think it's a good move on LEGO's part that they shows a show like this? to build a set around. Let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you stay updated on whatever is going on here, and I will see you guys in the next video.